NBA 2K18 tutorial number 46. Today I'm gonna teach you guys how to avoid the ugly turnovers like you see here. I'm gonna teach you guys a dribble animation trigger that is guaranteed to lower your turnovers in the paint and on the perimeter as you do your dribble moves. So I do consider this a glitchy animation because it is over effective throughout the course of the game. Once you get good at it, you will see what I mean once you use it a lot. So if you trigger this, I guarantee that your ball will be safe as you do dribble moves in the paint. As you saw there, Durant just cross Capella. This will also help you embarrass other users online who try to spam steal, like that guy over there who we just blew by. Throw it down, Giannis. And this can also be combined with the square double tap tactic for absolutely OP results on pull-ups and on drives to the paint. Okay? So essentially what this is that tapping L2, this here, L2, triggers crossover dribble 100%. Now the exact animations are random, but what this will trigger is that the ball hand will always switches. So if you are holding the ball in the left hand and you tap L2, you will do a crossover animation to the right. So that sounds simple and not so powerful, but what it does do is that when you do this L2 trigger, you don't lose the ball. You never lose the ball. So watch. So you see, this is just a bad instance where I'm dribbling in the paint and I'm not doing the L2 trigger. I'm just going in there, dribbling in the paint, and look, the ball gets bumped off by one of the Warriors player, by Draymond there, and I lose the ball. So this is risky. But you can see me, Damian here, like watch, as I go into the paint and I'm gonna tap L2, and you see Damian switch hands there because tapping L2 just leads to a crossover where your player is gonna put the ball to the opposite hand from ball hand to non-ball hand. And you can see me do it here again with Damian against a Hall of Fame. I just blow by, get into the paint, and in this instance, I'm just gonna tap L2, so I seal off Moutier, I switch hands, so I can finish on the opposite side of the basket and avoid Moutier from blocking it from behind. So these are good habits with L2, even if you're wide open. And as you see, this works at high speeds. I'm going in at full speed with Damian here, and if I just tap L2 and continue press the left stick at the basket, 100% trigger guarantee, and I don't lose any speed. I just get that animation in there and I switch hands for safety. So you can use this instead of using RS. So you can see Harden here, I'm not using the right stick. I'm just tapping L2 to trigger these two dribble animations, tap tap. So I switch hands twice and I just hold turbo and blow by Curry and I finish it up. So you can see it here again. This time I'm doing it in the paint. So I'm going to tap L2 once, switch hands, and just blow by him by holding turbo. And as I get into the paint, you see Capella is about to bring that help, and I know. So I'm going to tap L2 again, and you can see Durant switch hands right there. That's the L2 crossover, and you can see, even in all that congestion, I did not lose the ball because of this animation trigger. You can see it here again. I tap L2, blow by Ariza, get in the paint, and I see Capella right in front of Durant, so I'm gonna tap L2 again, knowing I will switch hands, cross him up, and never lose the ball, even if it's full congestion. So you can see I have switch hands by with the L2, and I draw the foul right there, and I blow by Capella, and the ball never came loose. So watch it. One time in real time, tap L2, blow by, tap L2 again, cross Capella, the ball doesn't even want to come loose. You can see how sticky it is in Durant's hands. That's the advantage of tapping L2 at full speed. So even on standstill, I tap L2 to switch hands. Harden is on me, so I tap L2 again to just cancel his animation of him trying to ride me in the paint. So if you tap L2, it also counters against a defender who is riding on your hip. So you can see me do with Millsap here. I'm going into the paint on Baines, and he's riding my hip, so I tap L2 and I switch hands. I just completely cross him up. That works so well because I was in the paint going at full speeds. He makes contact with me, I tap L2 and I just make him slip. So you see I do it twice here, so I kind of spamming it now. You see I tap L2 once, tap L2 twice. I never lose the ball and I get enough space in there to reverse. Kyrie same thing, catch and go, tap L2, switch hands, sticky dribble with the L2 tap going in full speed. And like I showed you guys earlier, you see Livingston is doing that bump defense on me, the right stick bump defense. I tap L2 with Harden, and you can see me switch hands, and I just blow right by him. This is an incredible counter on any defender who is riding on your hip. And it's simple to do because all you're going to do is tap L2 once. Here, I do the same thing, separate from him, but I'm also adding in double tapping square while pushing my left stick in the basket. So this is going to give me a spin layup. So double tap square and push the left stick at the basket. Going to give you that spin layup. But I'm doing these with two animations, right? I'm doing this L2 cross animation as he makes contact, and then I go right into the spin. And both of these animations, the L2 tap and the spin, you won't lose the ball. So this is the safest way to attack the rim in 2K. So you can see I tap L2, make contact, spin off of him, and I make him fall of all things. So this is even worse. So you can see it, tap L2, he makes contact with me, so I tap L2 again, tap L2 again, and then double tap square and spin. I'm literally kind of spamming it, and it still works fantastically. No right stick here. None of the dribble moves you are seeing in this video today are right stick. These are all L2 tap dribble moves with the double tap square. That is nasty to the maximum. So here again, tap L2, switch hands, he makes contact with me, so I know he's riding. So I tap L2 as a counter. You can see I make Curry shift. I double tap square, spin back the other way, push the left stick at the basket while I double tap, and I draw the foul. You will also draw plenty of fouls doing this because you're shifting Curry everywhere. And you can see this one is beautiful. So I tap L2, blow by, and then I go to the double tap, and it leads to a one-handed floater off the defense, never losing the ball in any of these. Like, I didn't lose the ball once doing this L2 double square tap drive. You just don't. So but Risa makes contact with me, I tap L2, I cross it between his leg and between my own legs, double tap square to the spin, making all this contact with everyone, but the ball never comes loose because these two animation triggers never loses the ball. And this also works great online. I actually figured this out earlier at the beginning of the year, but I wanted to perfect it and show you guys. And you can see I just tap L2 once with Terry, switch hands during the pick and roll, kick it to the Lova, swish bomb. You can see it again here. I have the deli, so I just tap L2 and I go. Like, I'm not using too much right stick. I'm just gonna tap L2, switch hands. And if I know the pick is on the opposite side of the ball hand, I'm gonna tap. And if he tries to steal, see, I tap the L2. I hesitate with the right stick there to add in for good measure, and I still throw it down hard. And yes, you can also tap the L2, dribble, and double tap square into a pull-up. And you can see I took 28 pull-ups here on Hall of Fame, and I made 14 of them. So this animation trigger also is very accurate. So what you're gonna do is the same thing as the spin drive. You double tap square, but this time you push the left stick away from the basket. So if you push the left stick away from the basket, it's gonna lead to a dribble pull-up, as you see here. So I do the L2 tap animation. I see it's all crowded, so I double tap square while pushing the left stick away from the basket. It leads me to the spin fadeaway, which I have taught you guys earlier in the year as a good move to get you know, mid-range dead eye and all that good stuff. But if you add it in with this L2 trigger I teach you, so he's riding my hip, I tap L2 to counter, then I double tap square while pushing the left stick back. Look at all that separation I'm getting. Now obviously this is a mid-range pull-up, so it's not the best shot in the game, but I'm just showing it to you so you know what kind of counters you have, because you have the L2 cross in the paint just to switch hand and finish. Now you have the L2 double tap square, push the left stick at the basket to spin layup at the rim, and with this one where you are double tapping square and pushing the left stick away from the basket, you also get this kind of pull-up fadeaway kind of deal. So L2 again, double tap square, push the L6 back, all that separation, nasty moves. Unless all you see here, it is gonna work. You guys try this for me because I have never lost the ball during this L2 in the paint crossover. I have never lost it. Like, if you can see me, I tap L2 to cross in the paint there to just get him off of me, then I double tap square, pushing left stick away from the rim. Like, this L2 trigger, even when you're wide open, you switch hands like this, it still gives you an advantage to finish on the opposite side of the rim. So, because you can't reverse layup going straight at the rim, right? 2K doesn't have the animation. You can only reverse along the baseline. But with this, you can cross, never lose the ball, and finish. So you can see, tap L2, go in there, Arisa makes contact with me, I tap L2 again, switch hands twice, double tap square, spin in. Try this with me, family. Let me know how you guys do with it, because I don't want to say never, but like, I swear, 95% of the time, I am not losing that ball on Hall of Fame. And Hall of Fame has incredibly low ball security. It's at like 20, and like you see these clips with Millsap in them, and these one against computer, it's all Hall of Fame. So with 20 ball security, I am literally tapping L2 in the paint at like 2 guys, and the ball never come loose. Like, the ball doesn't even want to come loose. You can see it in this video. So these dribble animations I consider absolutely overpowering. It is kind of glitchy because it's just so good, like it's so strong. Now, granted, I have not done this with terrible handlers. Like you see, I'm doing it with Durant, Harden, and Livingston here. Like, I haven't purposely taken someone terrible and tried it. Maybe you guys can test it out for me and let me know. Like, I haven't dribbled in with Zaza and tried to do this because, like, I'm not going to do that. That doesn't make any sense. Like, even if it works, I'm not going to do it. So why would I try? But for those of you who want to test this out for me, let me know if you do it with someone terrible. But I suggest still try a, you know, good handler and let me know how this goes. I'm actually intrigued to see if you guys find the same success as I do with this dribble animation trigger. Like, this wasn't in previous years, I do not think, like where you just tap L2 and it's a crossover. It's always been right stick. And I actually didn't know this was in the game. Going into the game, I didn't know. At the beginning of the game, I knew, but I just wanted to test it out throughout the year, work everything out, then show this to you guys. Also, use it as a secret myself for a little bit for some competitive advantage, I'm sorry. No, I'm kidding. Like, I actually wanted to test it out and wanted to do this at this point, just so everybody can test it and see how it is. And it does work great. So you can try it basically in practice. Try it yourself. Just double tap L2, you will switch hands. Initially, if you guys are really right stick heavy, this is going to take some getting used to. But this is limited to when you're in the paint and you want to cross the defender, or when you're in the paint you want to switch hands, just tap it. I swear you won't lose the ball. Like 90% of the time, I never lose this when I'm doing that. So test it out for me, let me know. As always, thanks for coming by. More OP2K tutorials coming soon. Got a whole bunch ready for you guys. Playbook, schemes, online, offline, online footage, everything, okay? As always, thanks for coming. I'll see all of you next time.